Hey, what's the deal, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Honey. Welcome back to the channel, you guys. It is your girl, Miss Honey, here to do a couple of quick reviews for Married to Medicine as well as Real Housewives of Atlanta. Up first is Real Housewives of Atlanta packing for Los Cabos, Puerto Los Cabos, Mexico, which I'm excited about. I leave Thursday morning. I'm going to try to do like a couple of little vlogs, going through the airport and all of that. I got my TSA clearance, so just going to be first time doing that, going around the crowds. So that's more to come later this week. But right now, we need to get this video and Married to Medicine done. Get it out to you guys so I can finish packing and we can get on to more interesting things. Some real life stuff, right? Okay, so Real Housewives of Atlanta, this is season 12. I do not know the episode, nor do I know the name of the episode, but you guys know it will be in the description bar. Description bar is down below. Right next to it is the subscription bell. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you as a member of the tribe. Don't forget the notification bell. I do not put out a lot of videos, although my honeybees would love it. So you want that notification bell let you know when I have uploaded a new video. Don't forget the thumbs up. That's like saying, hey, Miss Honey, I love it when you all speak to me with the thumbs up. And of course, comment down below. Now, let me just say this about Real Housewives of Atlanta. It's starting to pick up a little bit, you know, interest-wise, like however much it could be interesting. I started really thinking about which one of these ladies could carry a show, and I feel completely captivated and entertained by the show. And sadly, I have to say, I don't think anybody, maybe if there was someone that could really carry a show, I would say it would be Tanya. To me, Tanya kind of embodies the type of personality that is amicable, that is approachable. She's funny, she's edgy, but she doesn't really come across as messy or you know, a victim or controlling. She just seems like she's really easygoing. And these are the type of people that do really well with their own show. She's quirky, she's interesting. I mean, she's she's a very intellectual person. She's smart, she's savvy, and trendy, and I think she could pull it off, you know, with the right amount of interesting people around her. She could totally pull off her own show. Anybody else? I don't think so. I just don't think so. Not NeNe, not Kenya. I don't think Kenya is likable enough. NeNe certainly is not likable enough. She doesn't have a super interesting family. She's got these messy parts of her family that she doesn't want to live out loud about. See, that's the thing between certain people of certain cultures and others. Like Anna Nicole Smith, everything was out there, out loud. She wasn't the brightest bulb, but she had this unusual look, and she had a bunch of people around her that she didn't mind sharing their personal business. You know, her son was on drugs, and she was on drugs, and it was just a big, you know, hot, steaming bag of mess, but it was entertaining. NeNe is not going to talk about her son and everything he got going on out there with all them baby mamas and all of that stuff. They're not going to be that transparent. And so therefore, the one thing they got going for them is it's not interesting. Plus, she's not likable. Porsha's fun, but I think Porsha would get I think Porsha would get pigeonholed. Like she's bubbly and she's fun in spurts and in moments. I think it could very easily be way too much real fast. And then she risked the this, she runs the risk of turning into this caricature. And she won't be like, okay, yeah, we don't need all that. Anyway, that's my little 2 cents on that. Okay, so let's talk about first things first. NeNe, we see NeNe just a small bit in this episode. She still is no accountability NeNe. I've been trying to make it work like all the day. No accountability NeNe. It feels good in my palate, but when I put it out there, it doesn't sound right. Y'all tell me what you think. Put it down below. She having Marlo over. She walked out on Marlo last week because Marlo was telling her some stuff she ain't want to hear. She wasn't ready to receive that, right? You not on my team. You not on my side. Okay, now she got food put out everywhere, and she got You Want to Be Popular coming over. And You Want to Be Popular and NeNe ready for Marlo this go round, because You Want to Be Popular done went over there to Cynthia's wine bar and pretended like she was all sympathetic and understanding to Cynthia and got all the dirt and tea. Not really dirt and tea, like Cynthia said. Those were just my feelings. I was just sharing my feelings. I didn't care whether you went back and told it or not, which she did. And now, on this day, NeNe got You Want to Be Popular, said You Want to Be Famous, regurgitating everything that Cynthia said as proof to Marlo that Cynthia is not the person that Marlo thinks she is sent to. First of all, what is you talking about? That's everybody. That's everybody you know. She's just not out here being shady and reading just off the cuff for no reason, just being hurtful and messy. The stuff the girls say behind closed doors is where it's supposed to be. That's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to purposely go out of your way to hurt people or cut them down. You can say keeping it real or not. It's just, that's not the hill I want to die on. You know what I'm saying? Or you to die on. Like, I'm not trying to go, I'm not gonna say it out loud, but I'm thinking it. And if you got a good friend, a lot of times you say some of the stuff you've been thinking, right? It don't mean that she being sneaky, because she's not as outwardly shady as you guys are. That's just not who she is. Push come to shove, she will get to it with you. But naturally, she's not necessarily this person, right? This venomous person. Talking about Cynthia. So, the look on Marlo's face when she was sitting there listening to NeNe dote on You Want to Be Famous, and You Want to Be Famous talking about Cynthia, I couldn't figure out if she was feeling some type of way because she had told Cynthia she wasn't going to talk behind her back with NeNe, or if she was feeling the type of way because she was like, who is this trick bag? What is you doing in my seat? That's how she was looking at her, like, why are you in my seat? And that is my glass, and that is my fork, and that is my plate. NeNe is my meal ticket. What are you doing here? Okay, so that was hilarious. So, like I said, Cynthia doesn't like conflict. She keeps her shade in private. I don't think she's sneaky, and she is having her annual Bailey Q. I think this is the second annual Bailey Q that she's having. And she want everybody to wear red. Either wear the color red or you gonna get red. But you gonna get red either way. So I say everybody should have just wore whatever they wanted. I thought Kandi looked really, really pretty. I loved what Tanya had on. It was beautiful. I like what Cynthia had on. I like what Mallory had on. I don't really care for Marlo's style. Now, I know a lot of people love it. I don't really care for Marlo's style. It looked like somebody dressed up a honking goose. Like, I just don't care for Marlo. You know, it's always the loudest thing in the room, and she talks like she's smoking Benson and Edges. She's running. She's leaving. Let her go. Let her go. She always runs away. So it's hard for me with that personality to see her visually as even when I see her in magazines on covers and stuff, it just look like She always looked like she did prison time to me. Like she always looked like her gums black. You know what I'm saying? Like her toes is dark. You know what I'm saying? Like anyway, Porsha look like she been, you know, she does talk a lot about being alone, and I feel like Porsha, you're not really alone, and but at the same time she's still kind of looking like postpartum rough, like just a little bit, like not quite just there. I didn't understand why everybody was dressed so beautifully and so elegant, and they was having like hot dogs and like ribs. Like you don't stuff you can't eat with a fork. You shouldn't be wearing that kind of dress. Like you should. It should have been different. Them gowns and stuff. It was weird. But anyway, she having this whole Bailey cute thing. We're gonna get to that later. So Kandi is and her family have gone up to New York City because Riley does an internship every year. I forget what she said Riley wanted to be. A lawyer. I think she wants to be a lawyer. Anyway, for different various I guess personal growth and you know, just keeping her culturally open and what is it I want to say, you know, just keeping her out there. Every summer she sends her a different place. She's been to London. I think she's been to a part of Asia. She's now in New York. Kandi's I think she said it's a celebrity attorney, entertainment attorney. He's gonna let her do an internship there, and so she and another family friend of theirs that's really close with Riley are gonna stay in a 2-bedroom apartment. It's a nice apartment. It's like $5,000 a month. I don't have a problem with any of that because it's the same thing I would have done for my children if I had children, or my niece and nephew, whom I call my children. I would make sure that they're safe and sound and they're taken care of in a guarded building. Like, it's a lot going on, and if I could afford to do it, that's what I'm gonna do. If I couldn't afford to do it, I'd find a way for me to be there in the process so we can keep an eye on each other, right? So I think that's perfectly fair. What's unfair is that you are not teaching her life skills. It's a mistake, Kandi. It is a mistake. For all the wonderful things you are doing for your daughter, I applaud you, especially because you raised her as a single mom for a good portion of her life. And because you guys have so much, she still seems to be accomplished and well balanced and a somewhat centered individual, as much as a young person can be, right? She's still, you know, dry like you and your mama. Like y'all just naturally kind of dry. Y'all fun in a tight space, but for the most part, y'all not a real rah-rah type family. That's fine. But for everything you've done for her, you know, in terms of finances and stability, like not teaching her life skills, basic life skills, you're doing her a disservice and you're doing the world a disservice, because basically you're sending an individual out there who will always have to be taken care of. What if something happens to the money? What if? Will she be able to take care of herself? Will she be able to stick and move until she can, you know, get to a place where she can have more? Now, maybe she'll go right into law school and do great in law school. And she'll come out of law school and she'll get a great job and she'll always be able to take care of herself. And she'll always be able to have everything that she needs and never have this experience where she will have to do something ultimately for herself. But what if that doesn't happen? You need to know that your child can survive, and it is a part of your duty. As much as taking care of her and making sure she has these monetary things, these material things, making sure she has life skills, making sure she knows east from west, she can tell time. Like, all of that's important. All of that is important. I'm telling you, especially with everything that's going on out here with sex trafficking. If your child don't know how to get out the car and tuck and roll, tuck and roll. Take your chances. You know what I'm saying? When they bend the curve and slow down, get out, roll, and run. You know what I'm saying? What does she know? Like, how can she take care of herself if she's separated from somebody who she knows? That's so important. I'm telling you, that is so important. So that's my little sidebar. I'm still proud of Riley, and I pray that she, exceeds and excels and does well. Let me see. Um, so we get to the Bailey Q, and it's this whole thing where Kenya has decided that she is going to bring the doll that Eva gave her. First of all, I don't know why Eva was bringing her a gift. It's a Barbie party. Was it a birthday party? It was a 7-month-old birthday party. Was that what that was? Like, I thought it was like a coming out party, like a little small Debbie. Like, maybe you're supposed to bring gifts for that. I don't know. Maybe she never made it to her baby shower, and this was like a gift for that. I don't know. I didn't get it. I didn't understand it. Why would we focus on this doll? But okay. So Kenya decides to take all her hurt and pain and anguish and lack of love and lack of affection and ball it up and throw it hard at everybody she meets. Now, certain people she cool with. She cool with Porsha. Porsha went to a mommy baby exercise class where she told Porsha that Mark insists on having the baby in the bed between the two of them. Girl, he don't want to have sex with you. He don't want to sleep with you. He don't want to be with you. This is what it is. This all that it is. He don't want to be with you like that. He don't. And that's a problem. That is a huge, huge problem. For whatever reason. If there is someone else, whomever that someone else may be, I mean, it's glaring. It is glaring. Anyway, oh, I got sweet potatoes in the oven. I can smell them. It's going to be delicious. Okay, so she going to take this doll and now she going to give it to Porsha. And Porsha immediately, she had the baby cue. She got her Bailey cue. She got her baby there with her and the nanny. And the nanny kind of looked like a dusty CNA. Nothing bad about CNAs. I was a CNA in college, so I get it. But, I mean, who is this woman? Porsha, put your baby in a daycare facility during the day, a top-notch daycare facility, kind where you can pull your baby picture up on the phone, a camera in the room where your baby is and watch your baby, the kind where they have insurance and legal liability law, insurance and all of this stuff. Like, why would you have somebody walking around your house and your baby? Like, that's... Anyway, don't make no sense to me. Y'all tell me if it makes sense to y'all. Put it down below. Anyway, Porsha sounded the alarm right away. Don't be giving me no gifts that Eva gave you and you gonna give it to me. Don't do that. I don't want to be part of this shadiness. You need to talk to Eva? Can you go out and talk to Eva? Y'all know what it is. Shade, back and forth. Shade, back and forth. It gets more and more vicious. This is the thing about Eva. Eva knows what it takes to make this TV good. Eva also is a little bit of a mean girl. Eva, came up as a model. And being a pretty girl, maybe people thought she was a little bit weaker. Maybe she thought it was a little bit softer. And she decided that no, she wasn't having that. So being around girls like that and being in that type of setting with girls being vicious and cutthroat, you got to be vicious and cutthroat too. We rah-rah her up last year when she gathered Marlo's puny little edges. But this year, she is being vicious and below the belt. One, because she's pregnant, and pregnant people tend to be a little bit mean sometimes, in my experience. Okay? And also, she's just naturally slick at the mouth, like below the belt, like hit you real low. It's unfortunate because Eva's getting a really bad reputation for being on this show. Like, I kind of liked you before this. Now I'm on the fence with you. Like, oh, wow. You just seem like... Yeah, anyway. So, there's that thing back and forth. So she's going at it with Eva. Marlo get there. Her and Marlo get into it. Mallory said something about how she treats Cynthia after she done gathered Cynthia tried to make Cynthia shut up and be quiet, and I'm talking. You need to cut it out. And she is just lashing out at everyone. And at the end of the whole episode, when they get to the part about they even done left. Even done left because she don't feel like arguing with her and arguing with Marlo, and she don't have time to that. That's who Marlo was honking at. Um, she's leaving. She's leaving. Let her go. Let her go. She's living below her means anyway. Above her means. Anyway, Eva done left, so they've ended the night. They moved inside, and they all gathered. They're going to try to play a little game. The party's kind of like a bust. The game was kind of like forced. They play the game. They're going to say, who gets this medal. It was a weird game. I mean, I understood the shady and desperate or like thirsty, but the one about who's the most insecure, I don't know. That was weird. And it kind of seemed like picking a little bit to me, like you trying to start something, right? And at the end of everything, she says that she feels like her insecurity is that she feels like she will never find love or never have real authentic love. See, this is the problem. The thing you hate about Mark, you are. You're controlling. Okay? You're hurtful. You do too go below the belt, Kenya. You do it too. All right? And you lashing out and you trying to control folks and trying to make folks show you love. You're mad at Eva because Eva is not bringing you love. She's not showering you love. She's not showing you love. And so because you're so used to people coming for you, you got a hair trigger on it, girl. You taking everything so personal. Who cares what she said? Who cares if she didn't bring her child? Like, what? Why is this your story? You got bigger fish to fry. I'm not saying Eva not mean as hell. But at the end of the day, what did she say really? She don't know you. She don't know what might pop off. She may not want to keep her kids in the limelight like that. But all the stuff you saying Mark doing to you doing to these girls. And I was hoping I could see a different Kenya this season. We've seen this Kenya. We've seen this vicious, sneaky, nasty acting Kenya, this petty Kenya, this victim. We've seen it, but we've never seen Kenya in love, embraced, and happy, and got all the sex she need. This mean, it's like y'all have a word for a female boss that didn't have no man, that was unhappy. It's the worst. It is the worst. It's nothing you can do to make them happy. They up and down like a roller coaster. This is Kenya. This is Kenya. This is Kenya. You ain't got no love and you can't give no love. Except to this little baby. But we don't even know what's going to happen if this little baby come up, a teenage and all that. You might feel like you're in competition with the little girl. Like, you got to get yourself together, Kenya. You got to get yourself together. And at first it starts with you taking your power back from this man. That's what I see with Kenya. That's what I see with Kenya. Okay? You did all this running people off, being petty, all of this, and turns out you just need love. You just need some authentic love. What is really going on, Kenya? What is really going on? Is he standing over you? Huh? You say he calling you out your name? The way you was talking to Porsha about him not wanting to touch you, I could see that it was hurting you. I could see that it was hurting you, girl. What is really going on, Kenya? Anyway, it's good TV. The ratings are up. Everybody's glad to have Kenya back. This is basically the episode Real Housewives of Atlanta. Y'all tell me what you think. Put it down below. I know this was not the traditional, but I did talk on everybody. Let me just tell you who my favorite is. I really like Shamia. I feel like Shamia has consistently come across as authentic. And I really, really like Tanya. And of course, Porsha and Kandi. But y'all tell me what y'all think. Put it down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. And until next time, honeybees. I holla.